It's 4:30 on WKYT this morning. Investigators in Estill County have made a shocking discovery of animal abuse on a county farm.
In Anderson County, a fallen trooper being honored with a memorial scholarship in his hometown. We'll tell you what that means for the community.
And former Kentucky Governor Steve Beshear has launched a campaign to try to keep the Kentucky Health Insurance Exchange in place.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you. It is your Friday. Glad you're with us on WKYT This Morning. I'm Bill Bryant.
I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's get a look at what's happening with the weather with Micah right now.
Well, we're going to be looking outside with that snow, trying to move on in. Still back toward the west. It's heading our direction. Going to be watching this very closely. It's another light snowmaker. So yeah, it'll be a headache, but not cause extreme amount of issues. We're going to be watching this pull in from the west here in just about 3 hours. Once the actual early morning commute gets going, here comes that snow, right? Perfect timing. We get into the afternoon, 29 degrees. Still a snow chance. I would say the bulk of this actually comes during the morning. Then we take a little bit of a break through the day. Then we go off into the night, and here comes some more. So we're going to go over that in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. And in the news now.
In Estill County, investigators found a disturbing discovery at a farm there. They say about 5 horses they found all malnourished. And
they say one was in such bad shape they had to put it down. State police arrested the owner of those horses, 49-year-old Gregory McAfee. And as Monique Blair tells us, the surviving horses are now being nursed back to health. First, a warning, you may find some of this video disturbing.
To treat an animal the way these were treated, I wouldn't treat a human this way.
Estill County Judge Executive Wallace Taylor made a gruesome discovery in late December after a county employee saw from the road what appeared to be a dead horse laying on Gregory McAfee's farm.
And when I walked up, I thought it was dead. And to see it laying there and just grunting, when I seen it breathe and it pawed, I said, enough's enough.
Judge Taylor, Animal Control, and the Kentucky State Police stepped in and had to put that horse down. And I'm told this wasn't the first time the county had received complaints about how McAfee cared for his animals.
People were actually stopping on the side of the road when we were there saying thank you.
Now, of the 4 horses that were rescued from the farm, 3 of them are in foster care, and 1 of them is here at the Estill County Animal Shelter as it is being nursed back to health. An employee with the Estill County Animal Shelter took these pictures at the farm. I'm told there wasn't any water for the animals, and the only food source was this molded corn and some black hay.
When a horse will eat wheat straw, they're starving.
The animal shelter took other photos of the horses, but they were too disturbing for us to show you on television.
We will fight this tooth and toenail in the court of law, that this man never has another animal.
You're such a sweet girl.
In Estill County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And right now, McAfee is facing 5 misdemeanor counts of animal cruelty, but the judge executive said those charges likely will be upgraded.
Lexington police say a man has died after being found unresponsive behind a restaurant. Police say they were called to the Taco Bell on Nicholasville Road around 7:30 last night. They say they found a 22-year-old man behind a dumpster. Police say he died at UK Hospital. At this point, it does not appear to be a suspicious death. They're not sure if the cold weather played a role in this.
In Lawrenceburg, they're remembering one of their own, a fallen hero, a Kentucky State Trooper who died in the line of duty last year, received a special honor in his hometown last night.
Trooper Eric Christman died in a crash in western Kentucky, and now a scholarship will keep his memory alive for years to come. Garrett Weimer has the story.
It's obvious Eric Christman left a mark on this place.
There's not a moment goes by that we don't miss Eric. It
left a mark on him, too. His parents started a scholarship fund in his name to give back to students here for years to come. At a ceremony between basketball games, California-based Tellmate donated $2,500 to the fund as part of its Fallen Heroes program.
We know the sacrifice that these folks, men and women, put their life on the line to protect us on a daily basis. So when somebody loses their life, then Tellmate, we just want to reach out to that family, and it's a way of saying thank you.
Trooper Christman graduated from the school here back in 2009. His parents say they created the scholarship fund because education and helping others were 2 things that were very important to him.
Well, I think to be able to give the scholarship out
just keeps him alive, keeps his legacy alive, and makes people remember, and whatever it can do for other people to help, I'm sure he would just love it.
A paper found in his desk shortly after he died shows how he lived out that legacy while he was alive.
He wrote, "God first, family second, and everyone is family." And Eric truly lived that life, that everybody was a family.
A motto, a mission his family and others are working together to pass on. In Lawrenceburg, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Well, Trooper Chris Mann also played basketball and later coached at the Christian Academy of Lawrenceburg. The school retired his jersey number earlier this season.
Former Governor Steve Beshear has launched a campaign to save Kentucky's health insurance exchange. Connect was part of the legacy in his governor's office, but current Governor Matt Bevin is planning to dismantle it. Beshear says if Connect goes away, many Kentuckians would have to pay more for insurance. But Governor Bevin says the state can't afford to keep the program.
Governor Bevin prides himself on being a successful businessman. So he should recognize and appreciate hard numbers and facts and evidence.
It is a little unprecedented and a little sad, frankly, that after 8 years that he's still scrambling for a sense of relevancy, but that's entirely up to him.
Governor Bevin is hoping to move the state to the federal health exchange at some point. As part of his campaign to save Connect, Beshear has started a website. We have a link to that at WKYT.com.
University of Kentucky President Dr. Eli Capilouto has asked Kentucky lawmakers not to cut money from higher education. Governor Bevin proposed cutting 4.5% in state funding immediately, followed by a 9% cut in the next fiscal year. Capilouto said the cuts would have a chilling effect on UK's momentum and threaten progress in research and student success. He also said Kentucky is one of only 4 southern states decreasing investments in higher education. So what's next for Centerpoint in downtown Lexington? A big question. Investors have pulled out now, of course. The city's attorneys said yesterday if a planned parking garage isn't completed or the block filled in by March 30th, the city has the right to seek more than $4 million in reimbursement and foreclose on the property. A spokesperson for the mayor's office said he will discuss options with the Urban County Council. From ground level, a fence wraps around Centerpoint. Thanks to a drone, we're getting a different look at what's inside. In this video, you can really see how deep that hole is in that block. The Centerpoint project has been in the works for nearly 8 years, but as you can see, as very evident right there, not a lot of progress made. To watch the fly-through of the Centerpoint block with that drone or to learn more about the project's history, go to WKYT.com or the WKYT News app.
Now 4:38 on WKYT, the Kentucky Supreme Court will review a lower court decision about a disputed race for Magoffin County Judge Executive. In the November 2014 election, Democrat Charles Doc Hardin won over Republican John Montgomery by 28 votes. But Montgomery claimed fraud in the election. A circuit judge threw out the results and declared the office vacant. But Hardin has stayed in office while he appeals. Now, according to our news partners at the Herald Leader, if the Supreme Court upholds the lower court's decision, Hardin will be forced out of office. Kentucky lawmakers will consider a bill that would ban tobacco sales to anyone younger than age 21. Right now, anyone 18 and older can buy tobacco products, but the Herald Leader reports the bill would raise the legal age for buying tobacco and also nicotine vaporizing products to 21. State Representative David Wadkins, a doctor, is sponsoring the bill. It has passed the House Health and Welfare Committee.
We've learned a new restaurant plans to move into the old Calistoga restaurant building in Hamburg. According to Fayette County PVA David O'Neill, Seattle-based chain Mod Pizza will open in that building this summer. It's described as a fast casual pizza restaurant. The building is on War Admiral Way near Winchester Road. Calistoga closed its door in 2011. The building has been empty, so another food option for us over here, Bill.
All right. Sat there a long time with lots of people questioning when it would at some point reopen. So
they say it's a pretty large building, right?
It really is, yeah. I think accessibility was one of the issues, certainly, but going forward, we'll see how it goes with the new pizza place.
Well, the snow and cold temperatures may have you thinking about spring and summer. I know they are me.
Right, and you will find plenty of fun outdoor ideas this weekend at the annual Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show. It all kicked off yesterday at Rupp Arena and Heritage Hall. Once again this year, you can zip line across Rupp Arena. Vendors are on hand to show off boats, RVs, and other outdoor equipment.
Bringing a lot of people back to the lake, letting people make memories and enjoy friends, family, fun, free time.
The show continues from 2 o'clock until 9 o'clock today, then from 9 to 9 tomorrow, and from 10 until 5 on Sunday. We have more information at WKYT.com. Always a lot of fun. Look forward to seeing some folks down there.
It's always a good time.
Good to see you at 4:40, 20 before 5. WKYT this morning, just getting started on your Friday.
Valentine's Day just days away. If you don't have something special yet, don't worry. We'll take a look at some gift ideas when we come back.
And we're going to be looking at some light snow moving into the region, already seeing a couple of flakes here and there. I'm going to get into that forecast coming up next. We are looking across the way and seeing a couple of flakes fly on into the region. You look northbound, and those flakes right there, I mean, you're talking about some flurries, just a couple of snow showers here and there. Nothing like that is going to bother us this morning. You got to look back toward the west. This is what's going to give us a few issues. And if you look at these two batches of snow, which one looks the most impressive? Well, if you're looking for the lighter shades, it's going to be that one, because the lighter shades show higher reflectivity, which means heavier snow within it. This batch right here is the one we're going to be watching for that will give us a few headaches right around morning rush hour. Then you look northbound, and there you can see in portions of Illinois another batch is going to be rolling through. Which way are these going to be making their way through? Well, this batch to the north will slide through the central zones and northern zones. We won't get much out of it, but I would say a coating, maybe to ½ an inch, is a possibility within this one. This one, actually, that's going to be rolling through, gives us about an inch of snow. Could we get a little bit more? Maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches? Yeah, it's possible. But for the most part, right around an inch of snow as it rolls on through, and that's going to be a problem too. So we just got to watch these another 3 to 4 hours, and we'll start to see those make their way into the viewing area. By the afternoon, we kind of take a break. We only have a small chance during the afternoon, but it's still 29 degrees, still very cold. Then off into the evening and night, here comes the wraparound moisture. So what we're seeing now is the main piece of energy rolling through. That pushes through, the wraparound moisture grabs that moisture in that cold air, throws it down in here. So we actually have 2 shots at snow today, one this morning and one tonight. Then we go off into tomorrow morning, and that just kind of fades away in temperatures. Look at that. Tomorrow morning, we're going to hold on to that severe weather day just because of the cold. Tomorrow morning, we're talking about below 0 for a wind chill. That's a possibility. All right, here's the call for snowfall. For the most part, around central northern Kentucky, we're going to be at 1 inch or less. I'm leaning more toward the less than anything else. Then we go southbound. This is the area we're going to be watching very closely. Anywhere south of Richmond and Danville, and then work your way over towards, say, Springfield. South of that is the best opportunity. So Somerset, London, Corbin, go into Dunnville, Waynesville, all the way to, say, Wayne County and back toward Adair County in Columbia. It's right around an inch of snow. I'd say in the higher elevations, southeastern Kentucky, we're anywhere from 1 to maybe even 2 inches of snow. Here's your breakdown afterwards. You go into Saturday, Sunday, off into Monday. Remember, the weekend, not much snow. It's just going to be really cold. But Sunday night into Monday, here comes a storm threat that will give us the opportunity to see all precipitation types: rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Still leaning more towards snow than anything else, but we just can't rule out all of them being there at once on Monday and then transitioning over into snow there on Tuesday. It's going to be a wild system as it comes flying through, whether we have a lot of rain with it, whether we have mix, whether we have a lot of snow. Just something we're going to be watching. By Saturday, we'll have a good grip on that, on the system, where it's going to go, because it just keeps going back and forth. It's one of those systems.
Can it just go away?
Yeah, yeah, just turn around.
It doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Right.
Thank you, Mike. At 4:47 now. Valentine's Day is this Sunday, and if you haven't gotten that special someone in your life something for that day, you may not have to.
In today's
Turns out.
Okay, well, I have to say about this. In today's Mom's Everyday Minute, we're looking at ways to celebrate Valentine's Days at home.
How about a perfect home-centered Valentine's Day this year? I call the first one everyone's favorite dinner. This is where you allow each person to pick what they'd really love to have for dinner, then revel in the interesting clash of flavors when you basically create your own buffet. The next one, movie marathon. When was the last time you laid around and just lost yourself in a series of good movies? Take turns picking the features, make or buy really good popcorn, and have plenty of favorite theater candy. Next option, camp out. Move furniture out of the way and pop up a tent or make a good old-fashioned blanket for it. Ban electronics and play board games or card games and read stories. Next is the home project. Now, this may not seem very romantic, but sometimes the best gift you can give is to finish a lingering home project. Get up early and tackle one, and then order takeout, curl up on the couch, and bask in the glow of finally getting that project completed. I know my wife would like that one. And no matter what you do, the important thing is to take the time and make the effort to show your love this Valentine's Day.
For these tips and more, go to WKYT.com, click on Moms Every Day.
Maybe an opportunity to get some projects done out of it,
yeah,
right?
We'll see.
All right. 4:49 in just a couple of seconds on WKYT.
It has been, of course, a busy week in politics, from President Barack Obama sending Congress's final proposed budget to things really heating up at last night's Democratic debate. Of course, you had the New Hampshire primary. We'll have more coming up.
Welcome back to WKYT this morning. Glad you're with us here on your Friday. It's coming up on 4:52. This was a busy week in politics, not only on the election front.
The Supreme Court came out with a big decision. The White House submitted its final budget. WKYT's Alex Miller joins us now from Washington.
Well, it was a clear win for the two most extreme candidates in this race. Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders ran away with the New Hampshire primary just about an hour after those polls closed. Hillary Clinton is expected to do much better in South Carolina, particularly with black voters. She gained an endorsement from the Congressional Black Caucus Thursday. And now it will be a battle of the establishment candidates to stay in the race on the GOP side. Kasich, Bush, and Rubio need to do much better in this next contest to keep their heads above water. Those New Hampshire results have shrunk the race yet again. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie and former Hewlett-Packard exec Carly Fiorina have suspended their campaigns after disappointing losses. And here in Washington, President Obama sent a $4.1 trillion budget to Congress earlier this week. And while Speaker Paul Ryan may concede to more spending this year, don't expect him to outright accept this plan. Take a listen to what he had to say.
The way we hold the Obama administration accountable is controlling their budget. And that's why having the power of the purse and a functioning appropriations process serves that goal, and that's why I'm confident we'll figure this out.
The Obama administration was also dealt a blow in their efforts to stop climate change. The Supreme Court temporarily blocked Obama's plan to limit greenhouse gas emissions from power plants. Republicans called the plan, quote, unlawful. More than 24 states seem to agree. They've filed lawsuits to challenge the White House. There will be an appeal in June. And after that fiery debate last night, we'll hear from the Republicans tomorrow night. It will be a much smaller debate stage. Only 5 candidates made the cut. Reporting in Washington, Alex Miller, WKYT.
Should be interesting. And by the way, that debate is on CBS here on WKYT tomorrow night. Good to have you with us on WKYT this morning. In just a moment, some of the stories we're working on for you this morning.
We'll also have another look at your Friday forecast coming up.
Time this morning, 4:57 on WKYT as you rise and shine on your Friday, and then the weekend is here. And right now, we could have some snow out there today, maybe even more late in the weekend.
Yeah, let's get another look.
Yeah, here's what we're going to be dealing with. We have the snow outside right now back toward the west. Not so much in our viewing area. Yeah, we're getting a couple of flurries to the north. But really what we have to focus in on are these 2 batches of snow. One rolling through Owensboro and now into Bowling Green. This is heading for our southern zones. And our southern zones actually have the winter weather advisory, nobody else, which means heads up for the heaviest snow to go south of 64 and then some light snow to really roll through central and northern zones. All this takes place within the next 3 to 5 hours. I'll get into that forecast coming up. Another 2 hours of WKYT News.